Husband said he'd leave if I decide to meet his female assistant. Just a little background. I, 36F, have been married to my husband, 36M, for almost 14 years. We've had our share of ups and downs, and issues with him lying. To cut to the chase, he has recently threatened to leave me if I decide to meet his new female assistant whom he initially lied to me about. He has a mobile business and needed help, so this client of his started helping out for nearly 8 months before I found out about her. He got defensive and lied to me about her looks. I found her on FB, asked if it was her, and he lied again. He eventually confirmed when he saw I wasn't going to let it go. She is attractive and he's alluded to it, her attractiveness helping his business. He said that going forward he would be open and honest with me about his communication with her, and I've seen his efforts in that area. The issue is that I want to meet her. He's stalled on that for weeks now. He eventually said that if I meet her, he'll leave me. I just need to hear from other people here, but this is completely wrong. Too long did not read. My husband said he would set up a meeting with me and his assistant, but he would leave me afterwards because he's done everything to show me there's nothing going on. Lol. He's going all in. What do you think is happening? Person facepalming. So he made an ultimatum, and a big one. Threatening divorce if you meet his assistant. The porridge definitely isn't pure with him. He already has lied about her. Why would he now be honest and truthful? What is his answer to why you can't meet his assistant? Maybe he has lied to her about being married. Writing is on the wall. Sounds like he's cheating or planning to cheat. Value yourself. This is incredibly not okay. Something is definitely going on and he is trying to bluff you out of seeing it. Think that is a pretty big sign that you should leave him op. Don't meet her yet. That will tip your hand. Before you do anything, act in stealth and see a lawyer. Figure out rationally exactly where you stand in the event of a divorce in terms of asset division and property split. Once you know what you are looking at, you'll have the confidence to walk away or at least separate if things are the least bit fishy. If things are fishy, pack a bag and go to a hotel. Cool off for a long weekend. Then go home, and tell him to get out. Is there any way you can just do a drop-in on her? Even if nothing happened between him, the threat alone is bonkers. If he's honest, transparency should be his friend. Why with this POS man again? While Dick, I mean your husband thinks that you are following his request to not meet his assistant, start getting your ducks in a row now by talking to a divorce lawyer. Even if you don't go through with it, at least you know what one would tell you. I would be concerned with the finances. He may clean your accounts out before you can blink an eye. Always prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Denial is a protective mechanism, but it is clear to me that he is an awful person. Start taking meetings with all the good divorce attorneys in the area. Once you do, he legally cannot be represented by them. Have fun watching him try to find a good divorce attorney when you leave his cheating, lying ass. He's willing to throw away your marriage for simply meeting someone he hired. Come on, you're worth more than this. I think he's trying to act like he's doing all he can, but knows if you meet her you'll realize something is going on, so he'll end it before you do to feel like he has the control. Sounds dodgy to me. If I were you, I'd meet the assistant and see if he actually leaves. If not, then I'd be the one filing for divorce. Lying multiple times is not something you do with me in a relationship. But that's just me. If someone cannot be trusted, you have no business with them. Especially not a marriage. Go see a lawyer and have them draw up the divorce papers. Then go meet her. When he leaves, serve him. You'll get the house. There's a chance that if you meet her, he will have to leave you, because he won't be able to pretend to her that he's not married anymore. Don't let him call the shots about this. He's making an unreasonable, illogical ultimatum. That gives the impression he's cheating on you, and he says straight out that he's prepared to leave you. Call his bluff and stay strong. This is going to be a very difficult and confronting time. Your husband needs therapy. He should be able to set boundaries without resorting to lies to hide them. Just meet her, get whatever truth you're seeking, and let the chips fall where they may. Better to go out knowing the truth than to be his fool and let him continue whatever it is he's hiding without him having to answer for it. Call his bluff. If he leaves, you know what is going on, and you are free from a cheater. He only reacts this way because there is a lot more to it. No marriage can survive healthily if one of the partners threatens divorce over an extramarital connection. You could pre-empt it by talking to a lawyer, so you have your facts when he does threaten again. He needs to know you will smack him into the last century for this type of bullcrap. Nuclear threat for what should not be an issue between honest, committed partners. Shame. Do him a favor and leave first. You deserve better. I can't imagine feeling you can't trust the one person in life who is supposed to always have your back. Hang in there, op. A lot of posts on here defending what is very clearly suspicious and inappropriate behavior from your husband. Ignore the ones calling you unhinged, they're projecting. Just leave this man, you don't trust him, he doesn't respect you, you can be happier without this bullshit in your life. He cheating. But, we really need to see a pic of this chick to be sure. Lol. Tell him if you don't meet his assistant then you're divorcing him, not one word out of him would make him look any better. He probably lied to her as well. That he's single, divorced, or widower. Message her on FB. Sounds like he's already decided that your relationship is over. I'm so sorry, I hope you can heal from this betrayal. I feel like maybe she doesn't know he is married. They have either been sleeping together, or he has tried and she turned him down, but would tell you. There is no other scenario and you know that. He is unfaithful or he wants to be. Good God, girl, he's hiding something and not even very well. Take him by his word and leave this turd of a man. Let him leave. He's not loyal to you, this is nuts. Don't let him treat you like day-old chowder. Your prime rib. Tell him that you will leave if you don't meet her and see how that goes. I definitely know how you feel as I have been through this. It's good to share and express how you feel, this will help make you feel better. Don't know if you have tried coaching, I think it really helped me with moving on and realizing my own needs. My friend actually recommended me a coaching site Cosi which is free, surprisingly good as coaches give you guidance and supports directly to you. You might consider this if you don't want to feel judged by telling everything to friends and family. Shady. Just shady. There's no non-nefarious reason he threatened to leave you just because you want to do a very routine thing like meet a coworker. If their relationship is strictly platonic, I can't imagine what reasoning he would have against it. If their relationship is not platonic, then it makes much more sense. Lol, you can bet your ass he told her he's single. Doesn't sound like an open and honest relationship to me. You already know it's wrong. Why would it bother him that you meet her? Does she not know he's married? Girl, lol, your husband either is cheating on you with her or wants to be cheating on you with her. You decide which is worse, but they're both pathetic and so is your dumbass husband. Man, that's all I would need to hear. Scissor. Yeah, if my spouse said this nonsense it'd be, later alligator. Maybe nothing is going on between them but he has a crush on her and it would be obvious if you guys met or something. What? You've been together over a decade and he would divorce you if you met someone who should only have a professional relationship with your husband. The fact that he's lied constantly about her to me would at the very least indicate he's got an emotional crush on her. Leave him. And not because he's cheating but because you think he's cheating and refuse to take any evidence of the contrary. Maybe you have a history of cheating partners, maybe he cheated previously or maybe you're just the jealous type. But it boils down to some part of you wants him to be cheating and your confirmation bias is latching onto that. At the very least you obviously don't trust him and if you don't leave him he eventually will leave you because of it. Do you want to stay married to this man? Would or could you be happier moving on? Sometimes I wonder if people actually listen to themselves when they are talking. How can you say, if you meet my hot assistant that I've lied repeat about, I will divorce you, and not feel ridiculous? Is it that you keep pushing boundaries and don't trust him and he doesn't want you around his work? You painted the picture that he's shady, but could it be the case that he's just actually exasperated with your insecurity? Throw him a reverse Uno card and leave him. On a more serious note, leave him. Ask yourself why don't you love and respect yourself? But really ask yourself and then leave him. You can't expect other people to respect you, if you don't respect yourself. Also, leave him. If you can't trust him, what's the point of being married? You said he's had issues with lying to you in the past, bringing mistrust. I'm wondering what the circumstances of these lies were. I'm also wondering when this mistrust started, if there have been boundaries around him having female friends or colleagues and what those boundaries have looked like. Based on the context of you messaging her questioning his faithfulness, which is a huge breach of professional boundaries, I'm wondering if there is some ongoing conflict about trust. This can often lead to partners feeling like they have to lie to maintain their relationships outside of the partnership. Doesn't make lying okay but means that there is something greater going on that absolutely needs to be addressed in therapy. Have you considered that your husband might just have had a gutful of you not trusting him and is furious that you have demanded information from his employee for no reason? I would say he didn't tell you about her because he knew you'd draw outlandish conclusions and cause a fuss. You sound irrational. Maybe he's about had enough. Big problems here. You clearly don't trust him, not he you. Why are you still married? I get your apprehension. But it seems to me that you are trying to control him and his life. Keep him in check to keep him with you. Trust is lost here. Why should you still be married to someone you don't trust? My attitude has always been, my husband is his own person. He stays with me out of free will. I can't control what he thinks or does. If he cheats, leaves or chooses for whatever reason to leave me, he is a free person to do so. Nothing personal. But women who try to keep their man by invading his personal space and demanding things their way don't do much for me. Either you're both married because you love each other and want to be together, or move on. Whole thing sounds toxic. Why lie? Why would you even care about her level of attractiveness? You messaging her, him saying you can't meet her. Whole thing sounds bad, to be honest. While I sympathize with your desire to know if your husband is sincere, the simple truth is you will never know for sure. They can easily hide it, and you don't want to spend the rest of your marriage looking over your shoulder. You have to decide, you either trust him or you don't. If you do, then don't involve this assistant more than you already have and move on. If you don't, then it's time to end the marriage or seek counseling. There is no middle ground, and you're risking damaging the life of this assistant who may have nothing to do with the distrust in your marriage.